All right, let's see if the camera can focus on my face consistently throughout this. This particular camera has been dropped more times than I can possibly. I lost track. I remember I was like, oh my gosh, if I lose this one more time, and that was like the third time. So, and that was a while ago. So it's been through a lot, but we're still holding up. I think I'm showing up for the most part. But hello there. My name is Em, and I would like to welcome you to this Nautical Twist episode. So something I wanted to talk about for this episode is something that deeply concerns me. I am afraid that sarcasm is becoming a lost art. Or maybe not even just a lost art. I'm afraid it's becoming something less known. And the thing is, this is very tragic to me because I grew up watching very sarcastic comedy, I like that kind of, I like putting a little bit of thought or a little thought behind the comedy sometimes. Like, I grew up watching things like, I don't know if you would even know this, watching the Marx Brothers. When I was little, I would go watch a lot of I would go over to a relative's house, and there we would just watch they had a lot of old movies, old TV shows, all black and white. And I think that's where my love of like black and white movies, I believe from 1940s and 30s and 50s and everything. I think that's probably where my love of those movies came from, because of that time period. But along with that, there's a lot of really super clever and sarcastic comedy. Now, how does this fit now? Let me just try and bring this back to now. So recently I saw somebody made a comment, and the second I saw it, I thought it was hilarious, and I thought because it was oozing sarcasm. And the thing is, it was posted on a social media platform, and they received a lot of backlash because so many people didn't see it as sarcasm. And then once it was explained as sarcasm, oh, okay, I get but at first they didn't see that. And granted, this person that posted it, they have a group of people that really love them or really don't like them for whatever reason. And I just remember, I just was thinking I think, first of all, the loss of the appreciation for sarcasm always makes me sad. But I also think that sometimes we just see what we want to see too. And that's a whole nother conversation. But just in terms of I think sometimes how we receive information can depend on our current situation, our current mood. If the mood of the time, the mood of how you're feeling, what you're doing, what you're going through is a more serious mode, I wonder if that affects how likely you are to take something as serious versus being open to it being comedy. And maybe it wasn't well said. Maybe they just happened to say it in a way that I really got because of my background. But for other people, yeah, if you're maybe you were going through social media and you were just kind of in a mode, and you see this and it kind of just weighs and triggers something else. So that could be a part of it. And then another part, in my opinion, is just sometimes if you don't like somebody, I think you're not as likely to give them a chance to have, or to consider that they might have non-malicious intent. And in my opinion, I don't think what they said was, in my opinion, I don't think it was offensive or controversial or anything, not really. But it just was interesting to see that being taken that way. So anyway, I would like to know if you think that sarcasm is a lost art form, or a lost genre, or whatever. I don't know how to group it or something like that. But for me, I definitely think it is worth keeping strong, super strong in our society. I think we need a little bit of that. We need to be able to kind of lighten up sometimes, even for myself. I'm saying this as somebody who tends to be a little pessimistic at times, tends to see the dark side of things. Sometimes I need to be reminded to lighten up and take things in a lighter fashion sometimes, and remind myself not to go straight to the negative side of it, because maybe there was another intention, and it's important to work to understand that intention. So just a thought. I welcome your feedback. I would love if you have any thoughts, anything that you want to share, you are more than welcome to leave that down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with another episode. But in the meantime, make sure to stay safe and healthy, okay? And yes, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.